I have to wait for people to come back now. Yeah. Well, yeah, we got school sorted out. I know where I'm going after school, so I guess. Hey, we have the plan. The plan went through fully. I guess it's just, you know. Or you know other things. Oh, we're live. Bridge dweller and likes to use fish as soap.
Rainbow trout.
Rainbow trout, yeah.
Rainbow trout. Yeah. Be specific. Rainbow trout.
The therapist.
Rainbow trout.
I should just put Tony's therapist. Tony's therapist. Oh, we have 2 viewers. My handwriting right now is atrocious, but it's the angle I'm writing at. Bloop. Okay, so Seamus, boyfriend of Kathleen and mom refusal partner. Hates Tony. The therapist. Tony's therapist, Seamus hired for him. Just see anything wrong with that picture?
No, not at all.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Cool. Good to know.
Yeah, not at all.
Alright.
No.
Alright. Oh, sorry, she's looking at me as if, like, I'm a piece of rubbish now. However, these are special circumstances, I think. Exactly! We have no choice. There's hardly anything in here at all, except crumpled up papers. Oh, that's a little disappointing. That's what I thought. How do I stop getting emails from Etsy? Yes. I don't even have an account with Etsy. There's a few books here on the desk, nothing else by the looks of it. Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. She's hardly occupied the cabin for any time at all. True. I wonder what kind of book she likes to read. Let's see. Yes, yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading. Books written in Russian.
Oh, there you go. Okay. That's a big help right there.
Hey, thanks. I think I probably already knew that. It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruto. Kindly remember that. Oh my! Miss Pavlova's case is open! It's completely empty inside, but according to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in there. Did you restart your computer? Wait. Stretch. Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret. But you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Bira. Bairia.
Oh, you look in the face and you see fur or feathers, you know.
It's not a chicken. I wonder what kind of animal she would. Blah, 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 blah. I wonder what kind of animal she had. And more to the point, where is it now?
I'd be wondering, where is the snake now?
I just restarted the stream.
Where is the snake now?
He's at the door. He's charging at the door.
Where is the snake now?
Ah, yes. They're displayed at the cabin 2. That's cabin 2. The SS Bairia's ruled passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. I suppose Miss Pavlova realized that she needed to keep the contents of her case a secret after reading this. Her special friend, I mean. I wonder where her special friend disappeared to now. It's probably having fun exploring the ship, I imagine. I just hope Seaman Stroganoff doesn't find it and throw it overboard. Oh yeah, so do I. That was the same way our books were toppled over. Who? Chucky the creepy doll? All the books have toppled over together. Look, every single one. Do you think it's the god of the sea, perhaps? He's toppled over too, though. It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door. In Cosmo's cabin. Maybe. We'll see. Perhaps. Perhaps Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase. I don't know, would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company? Alright then. It must have been you. You must have lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage. Not everything that bad that happens on the ship is because of me, you know. Well, anyway, I'll set them straight again, too. I don't like seeing the things to Surrey. Don't! Yeah. Ugh. I doubt it. Maybe, who knows? As of right now, no. Well, he's been playing a lot of Ghost Recon. I think a Ghost Recon play I think is what he's been playing a lot of. Yeah, it's Ghost Recon play he's been playing a lot, so. There's actually a game on the Xbox I want to play called like I want to say it's like Quantum something. It has Peter Baelish in it.
Okay.
There's a lot of things I want. There's a lot of things I want him to see in Game of Thrones. One of the things coming up though is the Red Wedding, where basically they kill off like a good like fourth of the cast.
Fourth?
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. This is half the cast.
Oh yeah.
The other episode is like 2/3 of the cast. Right, my bad. Sorry. Almost all the cast. It's called The Raids of Castamere. It's the Red Wedding. Oh, no. He likes one of the characters, Robb Stark. So, Robb gets killed, Cat gets killed, his wife gets killed, his wife's their unborn baby gets killed, stabbed in the gut. It's a bloodbath! And I'm gonna be laughing. The puppy gets killed. Raywind.
Yeah, I know.
That's like the only thing I was sad about. Other than I was just like, what's happening?
And then...
Oh yeah, I can't wait!
We learned so much about the Hound.
Oh my god, the Hound! The puppy... Well, actually, it was Robb's fault, because Robb was supposed to marry a chick named Talisa. That's her name, Talisa?
No, he wasn't supposed to marry her.
Right, sorry. So he was supposed to marry one of Walder Frey's... He's a character in the show. Really grumpy old man. Filch from Harry Potter. And so he was supposed to marry one of his daughters so they could pass the bridge because they're in the middle of this great war. He finally ends up meeting this chick, Talisa. That is her name, Talisa. So he ends up meeting this chick, Talisa. They get married, and then he apologizes to Walder Frey. That's someone else. Walder Frey, and so someone else marries his daughter. Oh, puppy was killed on purpose. Assholes.
Yes.
Sorry, did I say something? Anyways, nonetheless, so, and then at the end, and then Bruce, it's this whole complicated thing, but basically Walder Frey, I want to say Flay because of Bobby Flay. Walder Frey kills the Starks, their bannermen, everyone in the room, because he was pissy that, you know, obviously he has rights, the deal didn't go through, but that's what happens. The puppy was killed because it was the Starks, they're known for having dire wolves, and they kind of cut off Robb Stark's head, and cut off the dire wolf's head, and they put they sewed Greywood heads onto Robb's body because he was like the wolf king or whatever. It was awful. Not one of the sass moments, though. One of the sass moments was when the after effect of Ned Stark's death. That was awful. And then when Dany had to lock up the dragons, which I don't think has happened yet. When Dany had to lock up the dragons, but I'll be recording his reaction to that and his reaction to that was sad. But I'm gonna be recording his reaction to that, and I'll be recording his reaction to the Lion and the Rose, and I'm gonna be recording his reaction to that. That's when Joffrey dies, his favorite character. Oh, right! I have an idea. So I'm gonna record his reaction, but I don't know if I'll be able to send it to you on Facebook or Discord. So what I will do is I will call you.
Well, okay, so...
But you need to be on mute so he doesn't hear you.
Why can't we...
Because what I'll do is the same thing, because he didn't cast suspicion when I was recording his reaction to the jump scare in case animatronics. So I'll record on this phone, and then I'll call you on this phone. So yeah, you'll be on mute, and I'll just be recording.
Why can't we do like everybody else in the world does, and have a recording where he's on screen?
Because I want the element of surprise. the way I put it, look. I mean, obviously he knows something's happening, but if I put him right here, Is it ending soon? Yeah. This, if I have it like this,
Yeah.
he's gonna know damn well something's going on.
Okay, but
That picture's really thick.
can't you leave it like that and close the app? Not close the app out.
I'd have to be sneaky, and odds are if he comes over after we stream or whatever, he's not gonna go to the bathroom. So you'd have to.
You leave it up like that.
It's. Because it's.
And then just put it down.
Again, he would notice something, and I want to get the genuine reaction of him not knowing I'm recording him.
Well, you wouldn't see the app open.
Yes, he would, because odds are he would be watching me do things on the laptop.
Yeah, but if you put it down like that.
Again, he would see me flip over to the camera screen and me going up to Google or whatever. He would see me do it.
But you could be.
I'll get his facial reactions. I'll stand over there. No, did you see the video of his reaction?
That's fine. That's alright.
But no, what? I'll just stand over there, because when I'm over here, I'll be able to get his reaction. Or I'll probably have to do it like this. But I'll get his reaction of Game of Thrones. Because that way it's like, I'll just be over there and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm just doing something on my phone, even though I'm just calling Galaxy. But I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm just calling Galaxy. If he won't know, I'll be like, oh yeah, no, I'm just checking, like, it's...
You don't say anything. Oh, look at the app sends it.
Well, no. If he says something, it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm just checking my Instagram notifications here, see if anyone followed me. And then I'll be like, oh, someone messaged me on this phone, But that's what I'll do. Look, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't think it would work. Just saying, it wouldn't work.
Whatever.
So that's the game plan. I'm gonna call him so he can get the genuine reaction, because I don't know if I can send it to him over, like, Twitch, or, anything. And I don't know if I'll put it to YouTube. I know Grandma wants to see his reaction to it. There's like a whole list of people I want to see the reaction to Game of Thrones. The scene I want to see him react to, though, is that's in season 6? With, the dragons? And Tyrion? When Tyrion's going down and see the dragon! So funny. Alright, that's the gameplay, though. But yeah. I'm gonna call you when it happens. Actually, it's called The Red Wedding if you actually want to see what happens in the scene ahead of time. This cabin door has the same simple sort of bolted latch that our cabin has. If the bolt's drawn across, there's no way anyone could enter the cabin from the outside. Yes, it's not a particularly heavy bolt, is it? No, actually, there's a lot of timelines. This isn't, this isn't superhero show. This isn't the Discovery Witches. No, there's a lot of storylines I really don't remember. Like, I remember, like, the big storylines and my favorite storylines, but I don't remember a lot of it. Also, can you move the fan a little more this way?
Okay, sure. No
when you get up.
Yeah, okay.
It's not a particularly heavy bolt, is it? But still, it wouldn't slide across on its own. Yeah, well, someone could have nudged it, like, done paper and moved it, maybe. It wouldn't slide across on its own accord, would it? No. And the door is made of metal, so there's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolts from the outside. And it seals up perfectly too. The top to top any C-wire coming in. So you couldn't use the method you told me about passing thread through a crack around the closed door either. I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm starting to see why they suspect me.
Sure, no problem.
Naruto, are you still there? Sorry, I'm right here. Yes, why? Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home.
Yeah.
Believe me, I don't have some. Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump into inside every wardrobe I see. Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit in this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes. I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend in hiding in there, but no such luck. I thought you finished that game, but nice. I can't do her bag. Oh, I can do it here. So this is the ventilator that connects to Cosmo's cabin next door. Yes, although, what a fool the shipbuilder must be to open the ventilator to another room. Maybe. Yeah, they showed a Wolverine game, they showed off Grand Theft Auto, yeah. More of Guardians of the Galaxy, some weird time stopper game that apparently people are refusing to buy because they keep just showing trailers for it. Yeah. I think there was a Star Wars game too. It's so if there's a gas leak next door, the occupant in the cabin would notice it and raise alarm. Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning?
Yeah, exactly.
I did finish it. I want to get all the trophies and everything. Yeah. It is worthy. It is worthy. I am. The game's worthy to platinum it. I am in a fight where I have to kill 100 enemies before I left. Oh, it's PS5 only? Okay. Yeah, I texted Lance that as soon as I saw him, like, okay, he's gonna love this. Wait, that is possible. That is a possibility. Anyway, last night, Cosmo wrote that he saw a speckled fan coming out of the ventilator. There's one of those next to the bed in Cosmo's cabin, too. Yes, it's a bell cord. I can't resist. Oh. She really hesitated there. She gave a good tug, too. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, same here. I've only platinumed, like, 2 games. No, 3 games. One was on accident. But I've platinumed Until Dawn, and I've platinumed Phoenix Wright. Both were very easy games to platinum. There were some decisions in Until Dawn I did not want to make. I was actually trying to platinum Detroit Become Human, but then I realized, you know, oh hey, this is way too much work. Yeah, I'm sorry. If he got a PS5 console just to play Wolverine, I'm stealing it to play Rift Apart. I'm sorry. I've been waiting a whole lot longer. I swear I'm gonna message my friend saying, "Hey, can I borrow your PS5 just to play Rift Apart?"
Who's got the PS5?
Eric,
Oh.
he has 2. Can I just borrow?
My dad has one.
He should send it our way. I am his online daughter.
He's too busy playing Call of Duty. He can't even take time out to play Plants vs. Zombies, which he downloaded to play with me.
I don't care. He left to get a new console and he never came back. He owes me.
Well, I did say to him the other day, and I said, he goes, we have to get you a PS5. And I said, I'll get one eventually. He goes, no, I'm going to hook you up with a friend. I said, you going to pay for it too?
I just want.
He's like, I have a buddy that works at Walmart. I'm like, yeah, kid. He goes, well, they say they have plenty of them. I said, well, that's not true because online you can't order them. And now online they're like $1,000. So I'm like, I'm not paying $1,000.
I want one PS5. That's it. Just one. Okay, just one so I can play Rift Apart.
But that's because they let other shipping, secondary shipping, and not shipping from Walmart.com.
I probably could have platinumed Subnautica, but I cheated towards the end of it, so I didn't get trophies. No, I didn't expect anyone to come. We don't want them to. We're trying to investigate a secret. Okay. But yeah, I platinumed Ace Attorney and I platinumed Until Dawn, and those are the only ones. I platinumed Sly Cooper on accident, and then that was sheer accident.
Check out the suitcase that's empty. The one where her friend was in.
Yeah, I checked that one. I would give it back. Yeah. No, I'd show up at his house, take the box. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Play game. Here, it's fine. Okay. Alright, have fun fighting. He knows where I live, if you really wanted it back that badly. I'm just gonna borrow this console super quickly. I'll blow through the game in like a day, 2 days, and you can have it back. Oh boy. Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes, look! Wow, you know, you never knew he was going to turn up next, do you? You never know where he's going to turn up next. He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself. La 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 la. This song is so creepy after that movie. Tra la la, tra la, leery, the liar. I did, and I was saying, tra la 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 la. This song is so creepy after that movie.
Yeah.
Also, if you guys like the Banana Splits, do not watch the Banana Splits movie. I'm just warning you now. I did it the Great Detective way. He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us?
No, he hasn't noticed it.
It's from a thing called the Banana Splits. Just don't watch the movie if you like the Banana Splits. It'll be ruined for you. Forever. just ruined, okay? Ruined.
Somebody obviously didn't like
They were given nightmares, so they gave everyone nightmares.
Somebody obviously didn't like them very much.
They have one somewhere called Candyland. I want to watch it.
So it's probably the same people that did the Banana Split movie.
Probably. He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us?
No, he doesn't notice us.
Or he's simply extremely high spirits? Yes, there were times, I'm sure you know, when the yard bit off more than he could chew, and through it all where there was doubt, it's lucky Hairlock was all about. Excuse me? I solved it all, and I stood tall. I did the great detective way. I did the great detective way.
Yeah.
Mr. Shones! What? What is it? You want to fight? Honestly, interrupting a fellow when he's singing. And I was about to reach the climactic finish. Sorry, I thought you were never gonna stop. I figured now was a good time as any. I nearly dropped you on the floor with one of my famous right hooks.
Yeah.
Alright, I get the picture. You can put those fists away.
Can we chat now?
Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you.
Oh, I don't know what it was.
Ah, yes, that. I was immersed in the study of the ship's log, as penned by the stockily built crewman who usually who's on guard here. Oh yes, the ship's log. And did you find anything useful from it?
No.
Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are all blank. Which means that there was nothing to report of note to happen, nothing note to happen, so... You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it. Sorry? Your logic, my boy, is inverted. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Observe the other pages, and it all shall become clear. It would seem the same crewman oft stands sentry in the first-class passageway, and he has almost every religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour. Wait. Oh, so he writes every 30 minutes? He writes that every 30 minutes? Nothing to report? Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there's just that. And yet, the ship's log from last night is entirely blank, largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report. Do you mean...
There's nothing to report.
Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night, which led to the seaman being absent from his post. What kind of circumstances? What happened? That remains a mystery for now, but we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribbling nothing to report in the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective. Ah, you're starting to understand that my way is I see. What makes Sholmes Sholmes? Brilliance. Gosh, ouch. What is it? Are you hurt? Oh, don't worry yourself. It seems I've been afflicted with a throbbing head this morning. For some reason, nothing more. Ah.
Did you have chicken last night?
Well, my friends. What? Until our next encounter. He's still singing to himself. I can hear it as he wanders down the passageway. Is something wrong, Susa? You seem lost in thought. It's just, well, I feel the same. Sorry? Ever since I woke up this morning, I've had something of a headache. A sort of continuous throbbing. Oh, you too?
Okay, so did we get the ship's log as evidence?
Yes.
Okay, well, okay.
Again.
That's fine. It said, but for now, move back to Pavlova's room.
Okay. Again. I will. I don't mean to be rude, but I will call upon you when I want help.
Just because I know that you're gonna go somewhere else.
Okay.
You're not gonna go back into the room that we just came out of.
I know. I will. I want to figure it out.
Okay.
If I need help, I will ask. I appreciate it, but I won't.
Alright, fine. Just saying.
Oh, what's that? Shut down engines immediately. Vessel sighted in a quarter-mile fort. Full stop. Hard to starboard. All hands brace for impact. What the? I think we're about to crash into another ship. What? I can't stand. Susa, hold on to me. Because nothing can go our way. Susa, are you alright? Are you injured at all? I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruto. It looks like we avoided the collision. Or sorry, it looks like we avoided a collision. I think. Yeah, the ship's come to a stop. Oh my goodness! What about you, Naruto? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. Hello, is anyone in there? Sorry. Hello? Hello, is anyone in there? Shout out if you need assistance. Oh, that sounds like Inspector Hosonaga. Oh, okay. Is that you in there, Naruto? Unbolt the door quickly. What? The bolt?
Okay.
Look at that. The door's bolted. What do you think, Susan?
Did you do that?
That explains everything in the world!
Okay.
As to why the door was bolted.
Okay.
And what... Okay, the books were like this last night in our room too. And in this room, so... That couldn't have been a coincidence. So
no,
maybe...
because remember, she straightened out the books.
But before she straightened out the books, they were messed up.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe what happened was they ran into a ship. And of course...
Or they stopped the ship.
Fine, stop the ship, whatever. But the point is, it stopped the ship. That caused... Maybe that's what caused... After Cosmo was killed, maybe the ship was stopped, and then the books fell and the door bolted.
Maybe.
So the killer could have easily got in there. That makes so much more sense.
Okay.
Did you do that, Susa? No, I didn't touch it. Well, that's strange. How did... And look at the books. They're just like they were before again. Naruto, are you gonna open the door and let the inspector in?
Yeah.
I better tidy the place up first.
It's okay.
Our violent emergency stops had solved one mystery, at least one in a very vivid way. But I knew what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. Why? Day 3! Nice though, Galaxy. Sorry for the delay. I just got really excited because I know how to record. Somehow the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made the emergency stop. Susa took a deep breath and then gently slid back the bolt. Oh, Jesus. You! What are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? Ah, you're both unhurt. Good. Yes, we're fine. Thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were gonna collide with another ship? Yes. It appears that it was English! Jesus Christ! Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though. Oh, how did that happen? There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Somehow, someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. The person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made the emergency stop. Everything is chaos. Passengers are just screaming. Crew is running everywhere. This first-class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Oh, I see. Someone triggered the alarm? Oh, really? Does that mean someone pressed that button outside? Ah! You wicked intruder! Dressed all in black, you are the devil! Jesus Christ, lady. I'm the one keeping your secret! Don't be calling me the devil! Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things, but devil's the first. You opened my traveling case, how could you? What? No, we didn't touch it. That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already like that when we came into your cabin. Inspector? Yes. Arrest this man, I know he did it. He is a criminal. Jesus Christ. I am the one who knows your goddamn secret. I could report you to someone and have you sent back to Russia. Do you really want to test me? Isn't that enough that he has killed a man? Nah, and he is a stowaway as well. If Vixen promises not to steal chicken, do you believe? Take him away. He's a trespasser as well as everything else. What? Throw away, trespassing, killing. She is right. You are devil. Doesn't look good, does it? There is some below deck. Throw him in. Tomorrow we talk in Hong Kong. Then we give you straight to police. Wait, a cell? Please, Inspector Hosonaga, is there something you can do? This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options. This is terrible. This is a real crisis. We've got to find a solution. Immediately. How do I I can't present anything. Miss Pavlova, can I get out? Listen, I'm sorry that we snuck into your room without your permission, but get out now. We just need to do investigate here to help us understand what happened to... it's no use. She's not gonna listen. I need to find someone who will. My mom wasn't expecting Fanny today because it was raining all day and it was 6. I opened the door. My mom goes crazy. She was excited, full of sweat. Fanny made her so happy. I have seen my mom like that very few times in my life. So seeing her like happy made me smile. My mom is someone who puts on a fake smile always. And doesn't. So very little does she put her true smile and happiness. It made me happy to hear like that. That's awesome. Please give me a little more time. I do nothing for you, except show you a way to ship's prison cell. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm innocent. I didn't kill anyone. And trespassing? And stowing away? Well, you know, sometimes life can lead you down some unusual avenues, and well... Enough, you are guilty. Ship's cell is only place to fit for you. Come on, there has to be someone. Some savior to rescue me from this crisis. You've got yourself into a difficult situation. By entering this cabin uninvited, I mean. I'm sorry, I was just so desperate to find a clue. I'm afraid there's really nothing I can do to help you. If I push my luck any further, a punch to the face will be the least of my worries. I'm really sorry. I have to take responsibility for giving you freedom and investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin. Now that this happened, I will have to report to the captain at once. I really need someone's help here. I need a savior to rescue me from this crisis. How did I know it was you? How did I know it was you? What the... What are you doing there? Mom? Hey, as long as there's one person I can. Mr. Sholmes? Naturally, I'm analyzing what the weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? This is merely tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no, no. Well, you were hanging from a hook before then? Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine if it would bend the conceited-looking hook on the wall so full of brag and bounce. I never know whether to take this guy, man, seriously or not. Ah, you again, the great detective. Ah, Inspector. I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me some other time, somewhere other than a hook on a wall next time. What does the report? Speak! An urgent report from the great detective. Mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night, here on this vessel of the steamship Iberia, has been solved. By me, naturally. What? Really? Yes. I have eliminated all possibilities. No other explanations exist. So, allow me to illuminate all your minds. Before I'm about to reveal the great detective's greatly admired introduction to the case. Huh? What? Oh, it's about the game?
No.
Okay, later I'm gonna know. Ha! You have solved it! Even the hedgehog understands this case. We all know who was responsible for killing Student Boy this morning, and we found the criminal in Mortal. It is Stowaway, and he has handcuffs to prove it. I didn't do it, for God's sake! The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim, because, as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. And that means the culprit must have been someone who was inside the cabin. Yes, that's what's called a locked room mystery in the detective series. The locked room. That is point. The room was locked? Well, I can't deny that. There's no way a bolt could have been drawn across from the outside. You're all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all. What? Oh yes, there's another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door. What other entrance? We'd never discovered one. Why? It gapes. It gapes open mouth at you even as we speak. The ventilator, I mean. The ventilator? God. You think this funny? And this is probably not how we're supposed to speak. That's well. Oh. I couldn't even put my right arm through that hole. That's because your arms are as thick as tree trunks. You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left through the victim's cabin through the ventilator opening. It's not possible. Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator. She's silent. Mr. Sholmes, do you mean what you're referring to in the words of Cosmo? Are you referring to the words that Cosmo wrote in his diary? 123, I can hear a faint whistling sound. 135, it looks like some sort of speckled bandit dangling from the ventilator grill. Precisely, my dear madam. But what does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that question, the answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I'm ready. What I'm about to do is expose for you all to see. What I'm about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold. What the? So what's the snake? Allow me to introduce you to the band, the speckled band. A snake? Indubitably. The hell? I look away from my TV and see this shit. So her pet was a snake.
Said that yesterday.
I thought it was a cat.
No. Oh, it was a speckled band. I was like, no. It was snake coat.
Mr. Sholmes. Just one thing, just one tiny thing. Pray, what troubles you? Well, the snake isn't really speckled, is it? It looks more stripy. Wouldn't you say?
Well, yeah.
Hmm? Yes, you're right. I think in this case, you'd call it the striped band? Wouldn't you? You're laughing. You both see and observe with distinction. However, do you not think that this is precisely a trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall? Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap?
Well, that's just sitting on the guy's face.
Oh yeah. Sir, you're okay? You have something on your face. Just right there, sir. Can you breathe? You good? Want me to help you remove it?
Well, we're just gonna have a conversation while you take care of that.
Galaxy, I would not touch something with a 10-foot pole. How exactly? I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. First of all, some clarification would be nice. Second of all, do I really want clarification from you?
Please don't.
Are you ready, Miss Pavlova? I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. He said there's nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me.
Snake killer.
I have two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one. Last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. Number two. The same friend is responsible for the victim losing his life. No. She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Sholmes is right. He hit the nail on the head. He's hit the nail on the head. Why is that happening? Yeah. This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asagi. Looks like he can't speak with the snake coil around his head. I would advise little movement as little movement as possible. You wouldn't want your you wouldn't want fangs, the fangs of that. So everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Okay. Galaxy, get ready for a show. Number 3, your friend is crazy and he needs help big time because of his new pet snakehead. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death had nothing to do with me. The whole thing has nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall the horrid events of your aching heart, smart with pain. Oh no, it gets better. Sorry. And is that very pain that evidences your Mom, help.
The evidences your inextricable.
Thank you to the victim's death. So we ask, what is the nature of this intruder that stole the victim's that stole into the victim's cabin on that fortuitous something night? Why, naturally, it was the friend of which you boarded this vessel with, was it not? As I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the withering serpent we see before us, writhing. I said, testing you. And yet the fact leaves us with one quandary. Yeah, this poor guy, poor beef. The victim's written observation on that night in question, the telltale of the speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, the specimen's markings do not fit the description anyway.
Meanwhile, this guy is, you know...
The explanation, what explanation can we give? Pray, why are you checking your pockets? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me! This has nothing to do with me, any of this. This has nothing to do with any of this. I bet you it's the crown. I don't know. Oh! But it does! You have the answer to this quandary even now! Hidden behind your back. So it shed. It shed. Yes, that what you're trying to hide. That's what you're trying but failing to conceal. It can only be the snake's sloth skin? Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, the most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin. No? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. So the hissing was what he was hearing. Using the bell cord on the other side of the bridge to serpent silently descended upon the victim's quarters. In a dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it slots its skin. A snake so dreadful we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. Oh god. You're in for another show. Moving on. We can now come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did the young man lose his life? And why? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear that there was no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Now, if we take that as a fact, We can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it is the scene of the crime. Oh no! Oh no! Could there be? Yes! An examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. And almost, but not quite impeccably, perspectival, puncture of wounds left by venomous fangs to seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend. This makes no sense. Don't worry, sweetheart, that's where I come in afterwards. And there's no point of feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glances betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence. It's probably in the trash can. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. Oh no. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that the case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. No, you don't. It's telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard moments before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound of that you had used to train your serpent friend? To train? Indeed, you put the serpent through the ventilator and wait. After a period, you summoned it back with a whistle. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for the signs next door. The victim appeared to not have been dispatched. Yeah, so if the victim appeared to not have been dispatched, you would release the snake once more. Maybe. Do you deny this snake has undergone such training? It's not true. Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once, and its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. Oh, nice. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt. My logic's infallible.
Okay.
This concludes Airlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band.
Okay.
A pregnant pause. Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine. They're on the floor if you observe the saucer of milk. The premise of food to the key in the train of the creature. Incredible. You solved the mystery. Amazing. Amazing. Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see why Airlock Sholmes has been such a household name. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand. Can I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes? But of course, what's on your mind? It's just about the deductions before. Something doesn't quite make sense to me. I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer them both loudly and proudly.
Great. already.
Oh, well, good. First of all, snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family. You are well informed, madame. And reptiles, don't drink milk. It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm not sure what would be possible to train a snake by using milk as a reward. No matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example, but logic holds. Well, there's something else. Snakes have no ears. Yes, I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal a snake by whistling. But madame, what of tales from Arabia? Have you not heard the snakes that dance in the sound of a flute? I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements. Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears? Why are these creatures so inept as they are practically useless? Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes. And there's one other thing. You have more? The snakes use their skills and abilities to propel themselves. So I'm not really...
How am I supposed to get around with his leg?
Shimmy! What? Jimmy, move side to side. What the hell? God creating animals. Funny as shit. See that log? Yeah? Fill it. Fill it with what? What? Fill it!
With teeth!
Funny as shit. Oh, and I like the cat one. Look at this cat. It's as soft as look, it's a soft ball of fluff.
Oh, yeah. Razor blades on his feet.
Really, gosh. Oh my god, gosh. I remember it. Alright, so God has two animals. And it's like, it's the millipede? Is that the one with 100? Or centipede? What's the one with 100? So it's the centipede and the snake, and he's like, I have 100 legs left. Centipede, I want them all. What? I want them all. Give me all of them. So funny. Like, dude, can't I have one? No, I want them all. You can't have any. Funny as shit. So I'm not really sure how Snake could manage to climb on a flat bell cord like the ones used in the cabins. Then I should try harder. Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even though the snake had gone through the ventilator, the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. So what I'm trying to say is there a number of there's a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine a snake could have had a part in this.
Well, ask that the guy with the snake on his head, because I'm sure he's thinking, yeah, the snake did it.
I think we need this. I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruto. Oh no, you don't mean... Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones that they ought to be. I had a feeling this was coming. Alright, let's give it a try.
Okay.
Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruto. Yes, right. So, cast your eyes down your wrists again. What? You've done it again! Your handcuffs are gone! Where did they go? For Fear not. I shall see they are restored after our work is done here. I really wish you would just leave them off. Now, everyone, let us begin. Airlock Sholmes is proud to present the Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Course correction! Whole thing, Mr. Sholmes.
I like it. There you go.
She does have a pained expression on her face. Yes, that's true. She looks as though Cosmo's death is weighing heavily on her mind. Maybe she let the snake go, it fell into his room and killed him, and she had to go on their own. But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes is read her quite correctly, is that it? Could it be there's another way to interpret her expression? Then, let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova. Oh, Naruto, look! It's a very painful wound. I'm telling you, she has a cat. I was right about the cat? Yeah. Then where the hell did the snake come from?
He's on the guy's head.
I know that, but where did he come from beforehand?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
It looks like a very painful wound. It looks like it's scratched me by some kind of small animal. Just say cat. And fairly recently, too. Well, whatever, the scratch here doesn't appear to be around here. The snake ate it.
Well, that could be it.
Yes!
Yes, when you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain. Indeed, a simple observation reveals that wound is fresh. Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch mark sometime last night? When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I'm sad, the pain of the wound from this wound is worse. And that very pain is that evidence is your linked to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of the intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on the pretentious night? Why, naturally, it was a friend of which you are aboard of this vessel, was it not? As I suspected, another telltale glance. Without a doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent. It seems that scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was not made by a friend of hers. Was this friend of hers, does it? Except, snakes don't have claws, do they? No, they don't. She'd be dead!
They don't even have legs of feet.
Or claws that they grow. Well then, if it wasn't a snake as her pet, then, oh, okay, well what is it? What's the true identity of a friend of hers? We should follow her gaze, Naruto. And that's where we'll find the answer.
Yes!
You're looking over a framed photographic print, were you, Miss Pavlova? Well, let's not be distracted by the print itself. Oh no. It's the it's the frame that is your friend, isn't it? Because it so beautifully displays whatever you put inside it. What precisely was your intention with that, Mr. Naruto? Just following the natural progression of the deduction. Sometimes the truth hurts. Well, the truth is, you do not have to turn for observation or deduction. Does that hurt? Does that hurt? Yes, a lot. What? Was that not it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's the solution. Move to the table nearby. Press A on the photograph.
Oh. Sorry, I presented first. Oh, look at the kitty cat. Oh, look at the look at the photograph in this frame. There must be something in this, something that's Pavlova brought with her when she ran away. She's exceptionally beautiful, and she is exceptionally beautiful, isn't she? Yes, that's true. But personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that caught my eye. Maybe we'd better take a closer look at this. I don't care. It's called Tiara, Naruto, and you shouldn't think of it as pure. You shouldn't think of it in purely terms of value. Look at the little. Look at that little cat Miss Pavlova's cuddling here. Oh, what a cute little kitten! It could be with you,
Couldn't it, Naruto? It was like his outfit.
A black kitten. From the look of the picture, at least Miss Pavlova seems very attached to it.
Yes!
And the guy's still wearing the snake.
Of course. When you have pets, you're as comfortable as the animal is. No, sorry. If the animal is comfortable, you're not. You're uncomfortable.
Yes.
I should know this. We had a dog. Without doubt, your friend is that little kitten we see before us. Yes! The scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear. Oh no. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought an animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Darka? Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind. Darka? Or is it Draka? Oh. Would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet the fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim... trying to get to Sherlock Holmes.
Because the snake's going here.
Jackass.
Because he's gonna fight him. Because he is a jackass.
So the victim's writing observation on the night in question. I love how
a little closer.
I love how calm he is. He's like, yeah, snake's trying to bite me. I'm just in here to be a badass. The victim's writing observations on the night in question. Tell of a speckled band. Whereas regrettably, the specimen's markings do not fit the description in that way. Well, someone tried to kill him with a snake.
A little closer, right?
Nip you.
I can just get one bite. That's all I need, one bite.
One bite and you're dead.
Just one bite.
What explanation can we then give, right? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with me. This has nothing to do with any of this. But it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back.
Press A.
Okay. She took something out of her pocket and then hid it behind her back. If she just left it in her pocket, no one else would have known. Oh yes, boys, just like that are Mr. Shulman's specialty. He even cleverly forced you to reveal something.
Okay.
I thought deduction. I thought deduction was his specialty. Or maybe making me believe that this was a ploy too. Anyway, I find it hard to believe that's the son of a snake. In that case, what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? Oh, that's... It looks like a play toy. It looks like a toy. Well, it is speckled. And it is a band, but what is it? It seems soft and fluffy. A long piece of cloth of sort. And it looks like there's a handle on one end. I think it's a cat's toy. This is sort of common in the West, apparently. How is it a toy for cats? Cats like to chase the band around and put it and paw at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You should need to wave it in front of them, and they pounce to catch it. That sounds positively adorable.
Yes!
Yes. The thing you're trying but failing to conceal is a cat's toy. Precisely! And the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. And that was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume, naturally. And the victim could not fail to notice it. Well, why? For what reason? My dear boy, there can only be one answer to that. One answer. After her feline friend disappeared from the ventilator in the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. Ah! In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is the blistersome Russian blue breed of a cat by the name of Darka. A truly troublesome feline, Darka has proven to be. She must be caged once found. You'll forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova. It was after I gave her food last night. That was when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up to the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she disappeared through the ventilator. Darka, she's so naughty. Ooh. He was allergic to cats? Oh Lord. Is it bad?
It's bad.
Oh God! We're gonna find out, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Oh Lord, I don't...
I just... just... Wait.
Judging by your laughter! Moving on. Okay. Oh, I don't know. We read all this. Well, now that we know it's not a snake. Of course, where the hell the snake came from?
I'm not really sure.
What, Mr. Schultz? So the snake's just there?
I don't know where it came from.
What Mr. Schultz says is true. There's no sign of a wound or anywhere on Cosmo's body. That's right. But Mr. Schultz seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Cosmo wasn't poisoned. Yeah, it would seem so. Let's give him an information. Let's give him the information he's missing now. Oh, the autopsy report.
Yes!
In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the autopsy report. I refuse to say post-mortem report. Oh yes, I knew it was one or the other. Just when I think I gain faith in you, I lose it. Is that normal?
Yeah, sure. Because that's the mark on the wall.
His neck was... Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only the Goliath will be strong enough to survive that. See, Seaman Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know. The jury is out. Anyway. Anyway, we have a good authority that the victim's neck is both broken. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm the scene of the crime. Oh no, could it be the... Yes. The examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. Was it Stroganoff that killed him? Oh lord. I swear to God, if it's what I'm thinking happened.
I don't know.
He slipped?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Well, we tripped. Oh, we can't. Look at the story, or what Pavlova uses. But it begs the question, what about the snake?
He tripped over the cat.
So anyway. So you're gonna present the postmortem report.
I already did that.
Present the mark on the floor.
Cosmo died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something or someone. Yes, it's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found, though. Presumably, Tarka silently crept behind Cosmo to deal the fatal blow. I suppose. It's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly. It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident. Oh yes, a bad fall could explain it. It's rather hard to believe that Cosmo. It's hard to believe of Cosmo though. He wasn't a clumsy man. Well, we need to fix the deduction somehow. Is there anything in the scene that could explain what happened? Oh. Oh!
Yes!
Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. Oh, that would explain the bells from the cat. This particular mark is prominently visible next to the victim's body, in deposit of the shoe polish. Shoe polish? Indeed. Positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow and dye were my results, the undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. And the color of the polish is a perfect match for the color of Mr. Asagi's laced leather boots. Whatever. Boot sounds much more badass, much more attractive than shoes. If I'm being honest. Did you have a fan?
Yeah.
It's hot.
I will take care of that. The next time I get up.
Which will be when? An hour from now? I'll just move
Yeah,
in.
in a few moments.
Uh-huh. It's hot over here.
Well, because nobody moved back to that side of the room.
I'm not even hit on this side of the room. At least here, it covers all of the room.
No, it doesn't.
That's probably...
I will take care of it, don't worry.
It's hot over here. I'm sweating.
Okay, I'll go do that right away. Yes, sir.
It's ma'am.
Jeez.
Momly duties. I know, pain in the ass. Looking at the marker, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asagi could have caught his foot at the point on the floor and tripped. Please no. And by the dreadful turn of his fortune, caught his neck against some immovable objects as he fell on the floor.
Is that better?
Yes. I had to move the laptop.
Oh, yeah, the little laptop is great.
There. And the dreadful turn of his fortune caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell on the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered. And in an instant, he lost his life. No!
No.
I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Is it really true, Miss Pavlova? What about the evidence left at the scene when Mr. Asagi lost his life? Yes, the facts are clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the wardrobe and to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now now the involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links... Okay, yeah, whatever. I don't believe it. Kazuma nearly tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true, I refuse to accept it! I know it's hard to believe, but the marks on the floor do seem to suggest that's what happened. But it's not part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction. If it's part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, if this part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction is right, Miss Pavlova was trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in the cabin somewhere, in the direction that she just caught in her cast her eyes. Where, I wonder? Let's have a look around. The answer might be somewhere here. This is the waste paper basket. Perhaps all the first-class cabins have them. But Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin last night. Presumably there's not much rubbish in there yet. Oh, what the? It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it? Yes, it is. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. But it looks so familiar. Perhaps more than your mind is simply playing tricks on you? If it looks so familiar, then perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you.
Yes!
That's right. You had the evidence that links you and the victim's death in that waste paper basket. Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object that would seem, one that has a familiar air effect. Precisely. We found another piece of broken glass on the floor of Mr. Asagi's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. Oh no. So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? What would be this part of this glass object, which was entirely broken at the scene of the victim's death? Should be found in the waste. What this glass bell should be doing in your trash can. You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not? I don't know. In a hushed Russian accent of yours. Won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question. Wait. Take it away, Mr. Naruto. Yes. The evidence linking to the would be the picture.
Yes!
If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from Darka's collar, the very bell in question. Glass bell, whatever. I was trying to find out what the cat's name was. The cat's name, I'll look it up after. Yeah, well, I was trying to see even like what the Darka definition. compassion or oak tree. Somehow I doubt that's what I want. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of this fatal stumble? Your absent feline friend, Darka. Galaxy, you're just in time. You're gonna find out how Kazuma died. I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. I like the snake death more! The snake death was so much cooler! He tripped over a cat and he snapped his neck!
Well, you know, what can we say?
That's how he died! Poisoning!
Well, the snake's still on the guy's face, so, you know.
Where did the snake come from?
Where is the snake now? Yep.
Yes! The snake death was so much cooler! As soon as she said, "Oh, present the scratch," the scratch marks on the floor, he tripped.
You know. What was it?
Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova, what exactly happened last night? It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late I hadn't the time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then all of a sudden she scratched me and jumped out of my hands. People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments. She was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her. And that is how you acquired your rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it. Yes. And I had read the rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Darka with me. Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really. So I listened and listened, trying to hear there are some noises in the next door cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping. So at that point, I thought it would be safe to try and lure the kitten back. By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator, and then in the adjoining cabin. Dirk always loves this toy, but it wouldn't work. Nothing works. I tried using your favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return. So the faint whistling sound Cosmo wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. Cats have propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. Yes. And there was nothing else I could do, just to wait until she came, till she calmed down. But then... I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out and then... Oh, it was such a dreadful thing. Then afterward, nothing. It was totally silent. Cosmo was... From what appeared on the brown mark on the floor, it seems I was likely to have heard the victim slipping on the glass bell and tripping on it. The Ace of Sparrow's large vessel, but even she can't pitch and roll violently without warning. If Asagi was already off balance, as the result the ship would be lurching when the kitten was under his feet. The combination of the unfortunate factors could easily cause him to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards? What became of the kitten afterwards? In the end, I managed to get her to come back to the vents later. Yeah! The snake death was better. It was much more badass, but okay. Yet Darko is nowhere to be seen. I must have forgotten to lock my case. And now she's disappeared again. Gracious. This guy is insufferably relentless as I am. Well, he knows something about himself at least. When I woke this morning, I heard a young man in the cabin next to mine had died. And I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what happened. Well, Cosima's not clumsy, but he tripped over the cat's bell. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back. Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake? You're right. Where is it? If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then who is it and where did it come from?
Good boy.
What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing aboard this ship? Oh, I didn't say? Snake is my friend.
His name is?
Can I smack you with this? Please. Snake is my friend. His name is Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you did say that. What? That snake belongs to you? He escaped from the cage when emergency alarm sounded, and I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him here. Yes, but how did that snake get into this cabin? But animals are not permitted on board. Ah, we are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friends? Without someone who understands you?
Yeah, okay.
Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better? But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake? Surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom. Hmm? Pinocchio does not have venom. He is harmless. Very long, but very gentle. He's adorable, like Granny. It's venomless? Yes, now he is hungry. He is in bad mood, but once I feed him, you will see him with big smile.
Okay.
And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? Ah! Like they say milk chickens. Ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only stupid. Pinocchio eats mouse. Big fat mouses. Oh, so... Is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for? Of course! I also like to catch my friend's favorite food.
Oh, I don't know.
Nothing says top of the food chain like the look of Like the look in their eyes right now. He's speechless! It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb up the bell cord, and it's not even venomous. How the Deuce did something so inept, landing a starring role, is not my fault. I did not make up the stories. My Pinocchio has nothing to do with this accident.
No?
So that's what happened. The truth behind my best friend's tragic death.
Yeah, I guess we can let you out of the shackles now. Because we know it wasn't you that killed him.
Ms. Pavlova? I understand the difficult situation you've found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. What are you talking about, Miss Mikitova? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events, an accident. I'm not a great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruto? To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story. I'm not sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. I confess. I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. Oh? I'm only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruto, are simply a distraction. Oh, what?
Okay.
A distraction?
Nice.
I hope you're not finding your shackles too uncomfortable. Ah, not this! When did he do that? Especially as they're on your wrist as a result of intervention. I was really hoping I could resolve any matters before we made our next port. You were Mr. Sholmes? Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not? He was my... Yes. Cosmo was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruto. Real truth is...
Okay.
Yes, whatever that may be.
Okay.
The key to this discrepancy is Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. The truth about how you really died. About how the scene of the cabin really came to be. There's also one thing that doesn't make sense. I don't think Cosmo knows Russian. So why is wardrobe in Russian? Alright, I'll see what I can do. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Naruto. So then, shall we begin? Yes. What should we ponder first? is the victim who lost his life in the cabin that was bolted shut from the door inside. Was this really an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance. But we've already established that, haven't we? The man tripped over a kitten who climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident. Wait, let's just take a step back. It doesn't make any sense if that's really what happened, does it? I'm gonna have to ask you to spell it out for me. I'm afraid. Yes, it's starting to take shape now. Oh, I'm glad someone's understanding this craziness. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story. The evidence is right in Cosmo's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident. Really? Well, sure. I'm fine. Really, I'm alive. Mission order 2. 10% evidence. The evidence that proves that...
Yes!
Either. The truth is clearly recorded in the photographic picture. The photo. There's no way that Mr. Asagi could have left this message on the floor. The script. It's Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language. Japanese in this case. But maybe he was studying Russian. It is a simple language. He could have picked up on it really fast. Simple my ass! If I recall, Russian is one of the hardest languages to learn? That doesn't seem likely. There. Cool. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Sorry, what do you mean? Exactly what I said before. There's no way that Mr. Asagi could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae, resulting in instant death. Instant death! Ah! Which means, after the victim fell on the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. Because he was already dead. That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asagi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there if Miss Pavlova told us was true. What? So Susa has noticed that too, then. Putting the message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth away.
Yes!
This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. That's the glass bell that the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. It was broken. Coffee at the same time. Is that like Jinx?
Yeah.
tripped over the cat and fell. We already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic? Unfortunately, there's a very big flaw. A fatal flaw, if you will. What? If that's really what happened, then how did the other half of the bell end up back in this cabin? Ugh. Yes, remember when we found the other half of the glass bell in the waste paper basket? Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Oh no. Both of the pieces of evidence are clearly point to the same conclusion. When Mr. Usagi died last night in his cabin, there was someone else in the room. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth, in order to cover up his or her own guilt. Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Usagi's... You're wasting time. Someone else was there. Ah, of course, we know this. What are you talking about? The bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out. Oh, yes. And only one other person was in the cabin. Was the young student who died. Was you?
Yes!
It's true, I was in the cabin when it happened. You were shut inside a cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. But I don't know Russian, and there's no way I would have left that message. Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details. Would you mind? Forgive me, my dear fellow. As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted. Dickhead. Sorry. The person who in question who wrote wardrobe, the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor, in an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. even though I'd been asleep there the entire time, I'll actually say that in plain English. And then the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen on the ground. For fear of it becoming evidence that would be shown to Mr. Usagi really died. Well, why would this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind would raise questions. Yes, well, it was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. The single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would have barely cast any light onto the floor. There. Little wonder there that the culprit failed to notice the fragment of the tiny item. You all suspect me, don't you? You're the only one with a cat. Seaman Stroganoff. Nina is a woman of the sea. She is daughter of a strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills, and she went away to join the ballet company. But before, she was a dancer on the ship, a member of the ship's band. You do not accuse Ship's Angel of being criminal. So that's it. You say when young student died, Nina was there in his cabin. But that's not possible. I give you my tooth. Please don't. Well, this is almost interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure? You are a great detective. You should know. Look truth in the eye. Gavin Booker was shot from the inside. Notice that nobody could go in cabin, not Nina, not anyone. And you want to tell me the killer can walk through locked door? Niet. It's impossible. Ugh, he's right. No, it's not! Dickhead! Well, we aired about this in the detective stories. People often tie threads around the door and latches, and you can open the doors from the outside. Threads? Are you stupid? These buckets are not barn doors. Certainly not. There are watertight doors, and as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel, with no gap in sight, no threads or needles, or magnets would have been used. No, of course not. I thought so too. Mr. Naruto suggested earlier, so... Susa, how could you shift it onto me like that? So Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside. Not necessarily. What? I put it to you that I could bolt the cabin door shut without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin. We can see traces of that method I have in mind. Having been used before. I don't believe it. Well, Mr. Naruto? I believe you know what I mean, don't you? Way to shut the bolt door. Bolted the cabin door. From the outside. One way it does spring to mind, yes. Do you really know what Mr. Shobu's means, Mr. Naruto? Yes, and so should you. Because we've seen it happen. Indeed we have, so would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruto? Point out to telling sense.
Warm, down, over, left. Where's it?
Oh, the bookshelf.
Yes!
Look at the bookcase there. See all the books and things have toppled over? Notice what happened when the ship made its emergency stop port. Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. The engineers were thrown into reverse. A violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over. I believe, yes! And that's what's known as the force of inertia. Acting as an object. Is there something Susa doesn't know? Or that isn't in her book at least? Well, whatever it's called, that same force that pushed over the books on the bookcase. Oh, made something in the cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door. Ah! So it's very obvious just the emergency stop made the ship earlier. That we had come into the cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door. But then... Oh yes! That's right, that's it! The ship stopped suddenly, and then the bolt flew across the locked door. Yes, it's made of metal. It's also small and light enough to be moved with the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of inertia. Or... inertia, sorry. I thought it was inertia. If you want to call it that. Are you trying to say that the last night, after Mr. Soggy was killed... Flick!
Yeah.
The SS-Sphere made another emergency stop? When I woke up this morning, I looked around in the cabin, I thought it was a little odd. All the books on the shelves had been toppled over, all of the ornaments. And it was almost as if someone had run their hands across the shelves deliberately and knocked everything over. Oh yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I? Well, so far this is better than him tripping over a cat. Putting it out there. Ugh, God. It is better than him tripping over a cat, I'm sorry. Then when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing here. I kind of figured that much as soon as I was cabin sometime. Huh? Ooh, a lurking Steffi, awesome. All the books and everything toppled over, just like Mr. Usagi's cabin. Oh my! Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova? Are you likely to remind? You would say Fyodor made emergency stuff? It does seem a little far-fetched. How could it possibly have happened? Oh, I don't know. Almost everyone here woke up with a heavy head. Unless you're saying someone is unless you're saying the culprit is actually someone from the engine. I try to give him a British accent, it just fails.
British?
He looks British to me.
When I
looked at him, he looked British to me, so I gave him a British accent.
Yeah, okay.
Just don't question me.
No. Oh, no.
Oh, it's simple enough.
Because, you know...
He looks British. I know he's Japanese, he just looks British. Hmm?
Yeah, okay.
Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside used to trigger to the emergency stop alarm? Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there, telling only press the button in time of emergencies? Oh yeah, because who yelled at us? So she yelled at us not to press it. On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on eyes of his lookout alone. Hence, the placement of the number of buttons around the vessel allow any crewman to raise the alarm. This sort of button was the one who was almost compelled to press the safety of one's curiosity. So,
Satisfied?
you know what? Whatever. Wait, it was you? Please don't tell me you're the one that pressed the button.
He did. You know he did.
Can I strangle him yet?
I think we need to feed him to the snake, but you know.
The snake's not venomous, so it's pointless.
He can still bite.
It's not gonna do anything unless he's allergic to snakes, which
You know, he can just bite him. Just a little bit. Doesn't have to.
When the button is pressed, two things happen. Interest to safety. The emergency stop alarm rings, and the vessel comes to a complete stop. And indeed, as indeed a little earlier today.
You pressed the button, didn't you? You pressed the button. Last night.
Mr. Sholmes? Surely it wasn't you who... As I always say, a button...
He pressed the little red button. Okay, baby Groot.
A button has but one purpose in life. To be pressed. Whatever the occasion.
Yeah, no. So,
Oh, it was that. Oh yeah, sorry.
oh, you did save the picture. Good stroganoff.
Wait, what was?
Yeah.
Wait,
What are you doing?
what was the picture?
That was good stroganoff. What are you doing?
Oh, why do I have the misfortune of being? Oh yeah, that asshole.
And now he's wearing pink.
He got induced to the fairy cult. sorry, the fairy type gym leader.
Pearl?
Yes. Huh?
Yeah, the one that.
Opal?
Opal, yes. Opal,
She's
Pearl.
slow to walk, and then all of a sudden, pink, and she like charges at him. Oh my god. Yes. In the first game, I think I mentioned it. Frank Sott is the killer in the first trial.
Yes. Of course.
Second trial, it's red, white of blue corp.
Red, white of blue corp.
Which has irony right there, but with Godot, but details. Yeah, and Godot can't see red on a white background because he couldn't see me as killer.
There you go.
I was like, that was probably on purpose. Mia missing in action.
Yeah.
I honestly thought Cindy Stone was Kidney Stone, not Cinder Block.
Who's not what?
So the first chick that dies is Cindy Stone.
Yeah.
I thought her name was a parody of Kidney Stone.
Why would it be Kidney Stone?
I don't know.
Okay.
It was actually Cinder Block.
Cinder Block?
Yeah, it's one of the options, Cinder Block.
Cinder Block.
It's like the name of
Cindy Stone. Yeah.
Cindy Stone. It was.
Cinder Block.
This is Hairlock Sholmes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, wrong button. Yeah. Hairlock Sholmes. Yeah. Beef Stroganoff.
Biff Stroganoff. Come on now. Biff.
Sherlock Holmes. Idiot Sholmes.
To be pressed, whatever the occasion.
He almost sounds proud of himself.
Yeah.
How dare you mess with sheep? I report you to Captain. You are in much trouble now.
Yeah, okay.
Now, I'm sure that can all wait till later.
So,
Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learned a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolt on the cabin door side closed. So, what we now must consider. Yes, it all comes down to one thing. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asagi, I have no idea how to pronounce his last name. Did this ship make an emergency stop, or did it not? You are idiots! Buria is a huge ship with many passengers. If we make an emergency stop in the middle of the night, there would be chaos everywhere. She told you what happened. I don't know.
you know what we'll get to present, right?
The food, the chicken?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. That's the... What are your thoughts, Mr. Naruto? Well, everyone ate the chicken, and I'm sure everyone woke up with headaches. Well...
I'm sure we'll get around to that, okay? Because we finally got around to the snake.
It's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea. Really? What evidence would that be, Mr. Naruto? What?
You know, she's just as bad as Holmes.
At least she has some common sense. Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. Don't call me your good man. Yeah. What evidence promotes the theory that some... Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yes!
Seaman Stroganoff. It's your duty to patrol the first class area of the ship, is that right? This is correct. Why? And the ship's log here. This would be where you record the details of your duties? What are you doing with that? That is mine. Ah, you're rather carelessly left at the top. A little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took into our care. We're mind to return it to you later. Do I start calling him Tony? I left it there on purpose, jackasses. That is where I always put it. The point is, looking at what you usually record, it is clear that you, under normal circumstances,
Where's his friend mistake?
maybe he wants to go eat a big fat mouse. I don't know.
For a matter of risk, the freaking cat.
Cat?
They open the wardrobe, they're making friends.
Snake probably ate the cat, and the cat's probably hiding in Kazuma and Reynolds' room. It is clear under normal circumstances you write the phrase "nothing to report" every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night till the first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all. Nothing recorded in the log. That is because nothing happened. But if nothing happened, you would normally write nothing to report, wouldn't you? Indeed so. Which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened. Here aboard the SS Buda. Something significant. Something sufficiently Okay, Von Karma. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in your ship's luggage bag. Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night? Stop talking rubbish! If I'm perfectly honest, I find it a little hard to believe myself. Oh, why? Well, because if something major as an emergency stop really happened, surely all of us would have noticed. That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently, the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine anyone would sleep through that, even if it happened to be the dead night. Yo, chick, I slept through a murder. Well, no, that's a good point. What's the throbbing? Sorry, what do you mean? Your head, man. The throbbing in your head since this morning. We've all suffered from with it. Oh yes. I have a headache. You're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today. Nor have I. My head still has a feeling of heavy ever since dawn. Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected. He's right, my head's been throbbing today too. Yet you haven't made mention of it. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything felt sorta hazy. I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Then the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe. And those handcuffs were put on me by that point. Alright, I'm trying to beat a big shot boss of Valkyrie that got the strength of a mythical creature, correct? Creator. Oh yeah, yeah, Jacob told me about this. did he platinum the game? I can't remember. The Legend of Valkyrie is the army of female winged warriors. They're like strong Amazonians, super strong. Oh, I know what they are. They're badasses. They also bring people to Valhalla who are worthy, I think, the Valkyrie. So the creators of the game got the creature power correct. They are strong, but I am sleep, and I am not 100% for these fights. I think I'm going to sleep. Yeah, Jacob played that game. He had a bitch of a time trying to take them all down.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he had a bitch of a time trying to bring them all down. Because I think, yeah. I've been fighting the sleep, trying to stay up to talk with you after the stream, but I'm too sleepy. I can barely keep my eyes up. We can talk tomorrow. It's no big deal, Galaxy. We'll talk tomorrow at some point. Tell me, Mr. Naruto. You boarded the ship as a vessel as a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, well, yes. Sorry. The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. So, what do you survive on? Well, Cosmo looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals. Yeah, they're definitely not something to laugh at. I've got to get up in 4 hours. Oh yeah, what are you still doing up? Just out of curiosity, what are you still doing up? Unless you intend on staying up for 4 hours and just sleeping on the plane. I'm gonna hit the hay myself. Have a good nap? Or how is it? Have a good night, Evan. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, no, the Valkyries are a pain. So you enjoyed some of the roasted chicken dish that was served yesterday, I take it. Yes, and in fact, I had all of that. Cosmo wasn't fond of chicken. Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all? That's right. He didn't touch it. Is that relevant? My dear fellow. Does that not strike you? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, do you mean that there was something wrong with the chicken? I do. No. Really? Is that really true? The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. It was probably tampered with so they could bring what's-her-face on board. Chicky Poo, Nina. Tampered with tampered with by the addition of a sulfuric soporific designed to induce this very deep slumber in those who consume it. A sleeping drug. Do you mean whoever did lace the chicken with the meal with the sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop? Mr. Naruto, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea. Precisely. Lacing every meal with every passenger with a sulfuric drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What? Mr. Sholmes. Well, Seaman? I'm sorry to say that any more deception is this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. All that were to happen, every member of the crew of the captain himself, and the captain himself would be hauled over the coast. Whatever. For aiding and abetting a renegade. Please, no more. I will tell everything. Ugh! I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore. These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe. Yes. So when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me. We all agreed to help, everyone together. She threw away everything, her fame and her ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help her. We wanted to help our angel. I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drugs in chicken last night. Yes, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. We cannot make all drug. We cannot make all drug. How you say dissolve? Talk about heavy seasoning. At midnight, in the waters of Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by comrade on shore with small fishing boat. While all the passengers of the SS Bureau slept soundly, thanks to the almost magical effects of slumber inducing potion their evening meals that had contained. So if that's what happened, the only person awake on the ship last night were the crew and people who just like chicken and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. And that means it would have been possible for you could have used emergency stop to trick the lock and Cosmo's cabin door. Now, how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locking in that case. And that would have been complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What? Oh, of course! Just like us, the other passengers would have eaten chicken. Would have eaten their evening meal and their chicken in their cabins. After which, they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Quite. And according... all the passengers were already in their cabins that night. Yes! The overwhelming majority of passengers would have habitually slept in the cabin doors both day anyway. So, not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the doors locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolts of the single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. You have talked a long time and said many things. What is the point? The point is what I said earlier. There was someone else present at the scene when the victim lost his life that night. Well, could you get to the point a little faster? Someone who left the message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock the door. After, all told, a busy night. But I don't know about any of this. I'm just a little girl. You like to speak with your long English words. Explain your clever ideas. But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories. We do not believe. Sailors like me witness what we see with our eyes. A laudable trait. What? I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation is everything. To me, is everything. Mr. Naruto. Oh, yes. Do you hear it? The accusatory cry of guilt on the wind? What accusatory cry of guilt? Sorry, you've lost me. Proof of involvement, man. But you can't hear such call from your ears. No. You must hear it with your eyes, from observation of the basis of all deduction. Observation is the basis of all deduction.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I believe the time has come. For one final... Oh. These things take way too long. They're fun, but they take way too long. One final logical and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth. Oh, I know, closely. So, Mr. Naruto, your assistance, if you please. With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes? With observation, my dear fellow. Just as I said, of two observation? If you remember, Mr. Naruto, we know about that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Usagi's death. We're looking for... What we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two were there when it happened. Precisely. You are delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. Alright, I'll see what I can read. Alright, so we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was in there that night. Was in there last night when Kazuma died. I'm looking.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yes!
Steven Stroganoff! You seem to have quite a large purple stain on your back. Of your white uniform there. Yes, I, don't know where the dirt comes from. Dirt's purple now?
Huh?
Dirt's purple now?
Yeah, that's purple.
So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain? What are you trying to say? It would appear the significance of the stain escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain for you. It's a very large purple stain on the back of the Seaman Stroganoff's uniform. And I think what made it is clear. Indeed it is. Mr. Naruto, present the evidence. Yes, maybe the crime scene photo. My pleasure. Alright then. It's a bruise, but that stain on the back of Steven Stroganoff's uniform really is.
Yes!
Yes! Yes, it's this photograph, and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform. Ink! A rather unusual color of ink, purple. Ugh. The penny drops, at last. Now you see the significance. The written word on the floor, next to his body, was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of your uniform is the ink of exactly the same color. If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly be stained on your uniform in that way. Which means you must have been present in the cabin moments immediately after the ink was spilt. Alright, yes. It was me. I did it. Everything. I arranged everything in the dead student's cabin to make it look like the wardrobe man did it. Thanks, jackass. Really? Thanks. That might be the more appropriate response. Then I pressed button to make Peter do emergency stop. And both cabin doors shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel. Beth, please. Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like a sheep. Beth, please, you must help me. I went with her. The door of cabin number 1 was open. And when I looked inside, I saw students going on the floor. What happened here? Please, don't tell anyone. My little furry friend. Everything happened in the cabin everything happened in the cabin like Angel told you, because they still called my cat. Huh? Oh. Get to the skate.
We're almost done, we're not quite done.
The kid in the skate. Hold on, let me talk. The kid escaped through the ventilator and the whisper sold his cabin. Then he tripped over and broke his neck when he fell on the floor. Yes, that is right. So after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers. Only to find the occupant lying lifeless on the floor. When she said she was worried when she heard some sound of something falling on the floor, and that's when she went to look. No, Angel?
Sure.
The door was not locked. She opened the door, and you already know what happened after. There's just one thing. If you wouldn't mind. What? When you went to Mr. Soe's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why? I already told you. When Nina opened the door to the student's cabin and looked inside, I was asking Miss Pavlova. Well, Miss Pavlova? I'm assuming that means no.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes, that is right. I saw him, it was dark, and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor not moving. I was scared. I understand, and I believe you.
Yeah.
So, it's finally it now? We discovered the real truth about Cosmo's death at last? Ah, something very, very nearly slipped my mind.
What?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes? But this photograph. Yes, I took it myself, you know.
Something off about it.
The cause of death was a broken neck, therefore the victim died instantly. But the unfortunate incident and precipitated these events. A kitten, of which the victim stumbled. However, if these are facts, then there's one particular area in this photograph that seems to be somewhat unnatural. What do you mean unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruto? Oh, well... Cosmo tripped and fell on something terrible. The terrible stroke of bad luck and broke his neck. Which part of the photograph was... Oh, his neck!
Yes!
Oh, like he was fighting. Alright, if he really fell to an unfortunate accident, then why doesn't his
his fist just doesn't seem quite right.
I would have thought that.
Having problems. You were inserting words that weren't there.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open palms first. Open palms flat. And yet here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled in a fist. Almost, you might say, as if though you were gripping onto something. What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. You did? And what, pray, do you imagine I found, dear fellow? Mr. Sholmes, show us, please. Why, of course, my dear madame. Why would I keep you in suspense?
Would I keep you in suspense? Yes.
This is what I found. A crescent moon with a gemstone in the middle? Yes, you're right, a crescent moon. It's very particular. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us?
It says us nothing.
It tells us nothing. I'm not so sure. The crescent moon looks like familiar somehow. I'm just not sure where I've seen it before. Observations, Mr. Naruto. This is the key. What? The truth is now tantalizingly close. How did the crescent moon come to being Cosmo's clenched fist? This is the final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does the little crescent moon mean? What's the significance of that has? And observe. Find your answer with your own eyes. Or hearing. She has such pretty ears among the beautiful hair. They look like pink shells. Oh, what's that? There's something attached to her ear. I expect it's what they call an earring. A little piece of jewelry. An earring. What is it? Is it really this tiny? Perhaps part of it is missing. Maybe it broke off. So now all that's left is the clasp part of the attached to the ear. If that's the case, she doesn't appear to have noticed it's broken.
Yes!
So that would be the cycle box.
Miss Pavlova, I noticed that your ear, even though you have a metal earring, the decorative part, it seems to be missing. The little link, holding it doesn't, holding it must have been broken, I suppose. Huh? What? But looking at your other ear, I noticed a crescent moon. Ugh. I don't believe it. Now let me say. Now, for clarification and just a reminder, let me say. The crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, that there is only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruto? Yes.
Yes.
Miss Pavlova. Mr. Usagi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear before he fell to the floor. In other words, outside Mr. Usagi's cabin, yes, you witnessed the moment when he fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally arm's length from him. But the question is, why did Mr. Sogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? No. Angel. No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was all too much. Running away, a fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb into the huge ship, and then when I was at the last in the cabin and I could relax after a horrible long day. Sakura, wait! I couldn't believe she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle, and I tried waving her favorite toy. But nothing worked. Darko wouldn't come out and come back. What are you doing here this late at night, Inspector? Oh. I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought it was a friend of mine. The young man from your country, he was very polite and kind. He helped me find Harka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, I was going to leave the man's cabin. Just a moment, sorry, but... Oh, yes? I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Oh, of course! You're Nikolina Pavlova. Aren't you the Russian ballerina? Huh? No, I don't know... I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. Who knew who I was? How could this man from land far away east know a Russian ballerina? Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made the deep impression on me. Wait, what are you doing on the ship? I'm sure I read the ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment. I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice. I see. So you run away. A nice way of saying defecting.
Yeah.
Please hear my secret. Don't tell anyone. Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. He's going to pull the cord. He's going to tell the captain. He was going to wake up. Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened. Everything all at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait! I shouted, and then Tucker jumped out of my arms and down into the young man's feet. And then as he turned to look at me, oh shit! I pushed him. I don't even know why. I don't even know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me. And that's when you went to fetch help. From Seaman Stroganov, who was on duty at the passageway. I heard Nila cry out, and I fell on the floor, so I ran to her. She was standing there at the cabin door, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said, "Help me, Biff. If they find out, I will be pleased. I have nowhere to go." Oh, well, I could have said that in her voice later. So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Cosmo's cabin to make it look like I did it. So no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door. Yes, I went to the cabin, I looked around, to make sure that there was nothing to show Nina was there. Then I found Stowaway and Wardrobe, still sleeping. Right, that's when he found me. Oh, I would have hated if they didn't find him and he was just on ship and someone opened the cabin door and put him there. It's like, what are you doing in here? So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the stowaway. I closed the wardrobe doors and put the strange paper aside. Luckily for me, that was the only reason Susan started to believe me when I said I was innocent. I put our young man's body to a good place, and used ink to spilling the rice on the floor. I wrote that, so the person who found them would look inside the wardrobe to find Stowaway. Tell me, what about the glass bell? It was by my feet, so I picked it up. I see. But it was so dark in the cabin I didn't notice the other half. The angel went back to her cabin and I finished Joe by pressing the emergency button on the alarm in the passageway. Yes. According to the SS Bureau, did indeed came to emergency halt a little after 2 a.m. Thus, in the enticing the bolt of the cabin door, she slid shut, creating the lock for a mystery. There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova. What? Well, you said you told Cosmo about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it became you were worried that he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Is that right? Yes, but even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member on the crew? Why would that have been a problem? It was what he said first that made me scared. What he said first?
Inspector.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were a friend of mine. He said an inspector was his friend. Ah, yes, meaning me. Who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard. I thought if the police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull the cord, May I stop you for a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? Oh, she's probably gonna be pissed. It's just, it doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, if Mr. Asogi really was going to pull the bell cord, I don't know. What? What do you think, Mr. Naruto? Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain, but he was a man of his word. If he had told you he wasn't going to give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have done. No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back. Well, Mr. Naruto, the day's work is not done yet, it seems. There's only one deduction to make. What? Another deduction?
Yeah. What was he looking at?
Yeah, the action of the victim really did take. What action was the victim really about to take at that moment? Oh, I know! Can we determine whither the young man's gaze was directed? Yeah, the wardrobe. Fresh, consider the victim's location within his cabin. That's easy, I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still. That cabin had been my home for this entire voyage. So that's how the cabin looked last night. So this is how the cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma. Yes, it's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruto? Yes. There's one thing I've learned today. It's a simple gaze can reveal the manner of truths. And not only that, in order to drag them out, drag the right conclusion works too. You can't afford to be out there even a little when you're following the gaze where it lands. So, when you turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at?
Take that!
Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly, it may have looked as though Kazuma was looking right at the bell cord. Yes, however, what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe. The wardrobe? And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly. Huh? Miss Pavlova, please think back very carefully. What were Mr. Asogi's exact words last night? Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. Another opinion? Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if between them they might be able to help you in some way, no doubt. Oh no! Sadly, we can't know what the truth is for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you hadn't made sure that what Mr. Asogi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had. Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is a man lost his life because of what you did. And that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that. I'm sorry. Really. I'm so sorry. What have I done? And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Bira was finally laid to rest. What will happen to Miss Pavlova then now? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. And about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to, repatriate her? Well, apparently, the English detective can speak with the immigration office and sort all that out. Mr. Sholmes can do that. So she won't be going back to Russia then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away. Now she's in exile for life. I see. I still don't think she's happy about that. I'm sorry. Seem Stroganoff? I wanted to help out Angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you, or how you lost a good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself into British police. That's kind of you. What? In fact, in the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Cosmo's death feels like such a waste, but... Well, what do we... Well, we do what you... Well, we'll do what you can for Miss... Do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Da. Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the council to arrange passage back to Japan. Yes. I did stow away after all, I couldn't really expect any different. So, you should get back to your cabin now. It looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it even begun, huh? Just only days ago, Cosmo and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. It seems like just a memory now. Oh, what's this? Is it someone weeping? Susa. Naruto, I didn't know you had returned. Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack. You know, to let Gary to leave the shift tomorrow and all that. I still can't believe this happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that. Susa. He had such grand ideas for his visit to Great Britain, so many dreams, and now they've been completely taken away, just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible, but now we know the truth, and it was just an accident. It was just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruto. It's just too much. Yes, I know. I wish there was something I could say. Inspector? My duty was to see Asogi off safely to Great Britain, but I failed, and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I let everyone down. And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody blames you, Inspector. Huh? Ha 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 ha! I messed the mask! Surprise, Mr. Naruto? What is the meaning of this bullshit? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Well, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry. I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say? You are still me, after all. He thinks this is funny? Mr. Sholmes. We do appreciate all of your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Not at all, not at all. No, it's been a little late. May I offer my sincere condolences? The loss of your companion is truly heart-rending. I hope you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. And I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. And we have to return to Japan to make a full report of everything that's happened. Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was a stowaway. The terms of the site tour were negotiated with the Department of Justice of both Great Britain and Japan. Yeah, it was one that has to be a lawyer, one an assistant. Was to be? In light of Mr. Soy's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh no. I don't care for me, but... Poor Sousa. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have extremely simple solutions, you know? All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely. But no one else is with necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know, we know of no lawyer. Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid. Oh, but anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity to, say, find yourselves another suitable lawyer. Yes. Miss Sousa? Yes? Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it? But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruto. Oh, unless... Are you studying of law? No, I'm not, but... I'm sorry, in that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I said, there's more than a month before we reach London's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruto? Yes, I have a month in which to study to learn what it means must learn that to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain. Mr. Naruto, that's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody can learn to be a lawyer in just 40 days? There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone inspecting every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position?
Why? You've just defended 2 trials?
Yeah, we've just basically...
I mean, you know, you defended yourself in court in Japan.
And we defended myself here!
Exactly.
For Kazuma. He said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain. And that he had to sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Sousa?
Will you be my assistant?
I think it's a wonderful idea. Thank you.
Where's he?
He's on this side, don't worry, we'll get to him. So what does our... what does our bespeckled inspector friend say? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, it's madness! Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Fascinating? Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all adhere. Give us interest. Give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no?
No, that's just casual. That's shit.
I don't think so. I think they're two entirely different people. What? He's more cocky.
Okay. Let me go.
Will you let me?
Right.
And what you witness is ample evidence of a man's exemplary character today with your own eyes from early hours of this morning and until the very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite his accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage.
Isn't that the lifestyle that he should have remembered when he defended himself?
Also, if this was really Cosmo, would have shown him in the picture of Cosmo. Very well. I think I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector, after all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said I'd do anything, after all, to make up for my shortcomings here. Oh, thank you, Inspector. If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. Oh, we got new glasses and his face isn't beat up. I need to discuss what to do next, and how to best make my report. Are you really prepared to do this? Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruto? Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder. Would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer? Oh, she's smiling. I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all. Thank you. And Mr. Naruto? I'd like you to take charge of this. What? Me? Are you sure? I'm sure it's what Kazuma would have wanted. And its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Sonic clan for generations. Very well, I accept. I'll treasure it, always. So then, Miss Susa, it seems we'll be working together for some time. For some time to come. And it'll be my honor, Mr. Naruto. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom.
Great.
We shall fill every spare moment with study. Yes, that's exactly what I need. But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you too. Goodness, what is it? Please throw me onto the ground 3 times to make up for her throwing him on the ground. What? I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma's closest friend. Of course, you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior. No, you were just in shock. You just been fun. No! I won't let you make excuses for me.
Okay, Maya.
Alright. Whatever the circumstances. I should never have thrown you.
And not just once, but 5 times.
The number keeps creeping. Yeah. Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it. Don't even think about it. No, I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life. Very wise, Mr. Naruto. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess, I was most interested. Most impressed. When did he see?
that? While he was hiding in the desk?
I presume it's a form of Japanese wrestling, probably.
Yeah.
Oh well, in a way, it's not wrestling. It's just my own interpretation of ancient jujitsu technique. Apparently, it's called the Susa takedown. At least I had swimming. Believe me. How something. I'm a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I'm somewhat of an accomplished boxer. And there he goes again, dancing around. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of... Yes, I'd be honored. Then let us not dally. Demonstrates, my dear madam. Oh, of course. Are you ready, Mr. Naruto? Sorry?
How come it's Leo?
As you can see, you just throw from your abdomen. Ah, arresting indeed. So that's why. So
Takedown, is it?
actually, no. It was the.
That was a swat.
In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening I recently spent with Kazuma flickered in my mind.
Oh, okay.
Karuma? That's right, a prized sword that's been passed down through generations from the Asagi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring this thing with you. I mean, bringing a katana on a study tour is more a little irregular, surely. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Reynolds. I can't be parted from my katana. Kuruma guides me, and I truly believe that. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two? Not that you would need such compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. I'll have to sacrifice anything to make it happen. I appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course, I will. Well, whatever it is, I'll see you through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That important thing he had to do? I still don't know what that thing was. But I'm going to see a place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. Finally.
Oh, look, you got a trophy.
It still sucks that he died.
Yeah.
Alright, so... I'm making sure it's saved.
The adventure of the runaway girl.
We're on a trade. Great.
Oh, great.
We will start the next case. We'll start the next case next week. So I'm very curious how that's going to go. We shall see. We shall see. It still sucks that Kazuma died, but you know, kind of sucks. I'm just glad he wasn't. I'm just glad he wasn't killed by a cat. I'm sorry, that would have been a stupid death. Oh, funny but stupid. Anyways, guys, we shall see you all next time. We'll see you guys all Monday. So next week's gonna be a little different because classes. So we'll play it by year. I think the game plan is gonna be we'll stream Monday. Monday and Wednesday will be morning and night streams. Tuesday and Thursday are gonna be only night streams. Because Tuesday and Thursday we're gonna be doing homework, or at least I'm gonna be doing homework. So that's gonna be the game plan, I think. And then stream is gonna be kind of normal. So yeah, we'll hopefully blow through a lot of this game, and then hopefully we'll, you know, we'll play it by ear. We will definitely play it by ear. Yeah, and then Wednesday I have class, but that ends at 9:30, so I can like sleep for an hour and then come back and stream. But that's gonna be the game plan because school's starting next week, and I have 4 classes left to take, so that'll be exciting. So yeah, next week's gonna be Monday and Wednesday we'll have morning streams. Tuesday, Thursday, no morning streams, but still streams all throughout the night. Streams all throughout, like, Monday and Thursday we'll have night streams, so it's gonna change, but it's not gonna change that much. Thank you all for joining us. If you guys are new, do hit follow. We'll start the next trial next week, next Monday, which will be exciting. Yeah, so we'll do that. It'll be fun. And then I think we're close to being no Arkham Asylum too. My useless advice for you today: if ever someone's scared, just say, you'll look crazy, but just say, my friend's in the wardrobe, I'm gonna ask his opinion, and we'll see how we can help you. Always specify that. That's my advice for you today.
Sure.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your nights. See you guys all next Monday. Or Sunday, depending on how I feel. So, that's always the biggest thing.
Sure.
So have a good night, you guys.